Hi, I'm Stephen Harrington, 40-plus year resident of Arlington. I have 2 children in the Arlington Public Schools, none who participate in Arlington High School athletics. I'm here tonight to ask you for your support for a warrant article to fund a concussion reduction program at Arlington High School. A copy of this should be in your packets. As you're all aware, or should be aware, traumatic brain injuries, also known as concussions, are at the forefront of public policy, sports science, and media reporting. The Center for Disease Control has made education and prevention a priority. State law mandates policies and guidelines in all athletic youth programs. The school committee recently approved a head injury policy. News articles about class action lawsuits against the NCAA for liability around concussions in college athletes. The New York Times has been running a series of articles covering concussions in youth and professional sports. Everyone knows someone who has either had a concussion or has suffered one themselves. Until very recently, no one in the Arlington Public Schools had stepped up with a program to prevent concussions. Just 3 weeks ago, when I appeared before the Capital Planning Committee, the CFO of the public schools, Diane Johnson, stated that she was unaware of any new budget item for equipment to reduce the likelihood of concussions. At that time, I submitted a capital planning proposal that was reviewed with the APS administration, but I haven't heard anything back about the proposal from either the administration or the planning department. The traditional course for paying for safety equipment through the operating budget, with trade-offs between classroom supplies and teachers and athletic equipment, has resulted in substandard equipment being provided to our children and an inventory of decrepit equipment. For example, Karen, could you show the second page, please? For example, almost half of the 90 or so football helmets in the Arlington High School program will be more than 10 years old next season and are not eligible for safety recertification. If you look up at the screen, I've circled the ones that have it. No other team in the Middlesex Large League that Arlington competes in had football helmets that were more than 10 years old. None. Some of the helmets in the inventory this year were older than the freshmen who wore them. To put this in perspective, some teams in Massachusetts have helmets that are no more than 4 years old. Almost all of the football equipment must be replaced. You also may not be aware, but there's been an epidemic of concussions in the Arlington High School football program this year, with 20 to 25% of the student athletes suffering from concussions. This compares poorly to surrounding programs where the average is 9%. In fact, national statistics for football imply that this rate of concussions is an extreme outlier and indicative of a systemic failure. Could you go to the 4th page, Karen?
I'm sorry, your time's up, Mr. Harrington.
Sure, if I could just finish, please.
No, your time is up. We have your information. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, so I'd just like to say one thing. It would have been a lot easier if you had had an advisory committee. You really need to be educated about the seriousness of concussions. Only allowing 3 minutes to get this across is really difficult. And so, I'd just like to leave you with that and ask for your support as a committee to help with this warrant article. It takes no money out of the school budget, and it's actually something that's for the safety of the children.
Thank you.